Good morning, everyone, or wherever you guys are watching this. Just got new shocks for the Mustang. Gonna be putting these on in my father's garage here. Real quick though, Detour sunglasses. I'm not wearing them, so it's such a weird product placement here. Oh, also visors. I'll have to show this like later in the video because it's awesome. Detour always hooking it up. Make sure you check them out. So here's a little trailer clip they sent me. If you're into dirt biking, snowboarding, definitely check them out. It's awesome. So back to the Mustang, finally lowering the Mustang. We'll see how low we can make this thing with these little, they're sort of the cheap brand here. They hooked us up, so we're gonna see if it's worth it. I've heard great reviews. I'm gonna take a crack at this myself, see if I'm able to actually swap out the struts and shocks in the back. So wish me luck. I got my father's full arsenal of tools with me, and this should be pretty fun. So we got the wheels cracked loose here. We're gonna jack it up and get started. So factory ride height here. Probably around 7 inches. So we'll see how close we get to the ground after we install these. So we have all the parts laid out here on the table. These guys hit me up, sent these out. Looks like a great set. Got the struts right here, shocks right here. Gonna see how this goes. Also tie rods. I don't know exactly what these are. They look like tie rods, so we'll see what those are all about once we get everything taken off. So wish me luck. Got the wheels off, doing a little bit of the disassembly here. This will actually be a good time first off to clean up my brake calipers, because this side I painted, they looked really good, even though I screwed up like an idiot and painted the brake pads on this one, and then I fixed it on this side. I guess thought better. I don't know why. I was in a rush. Taped this side up so it's not nearly as sloppy, but maybe get the other side painted too, because I actually think I have the spray paint still in the car. All right, we got pretty much everything disassembled here for the struts. All we have left connected here is the single nut on the strut tower. This side still has the one in, and this side is totally loose and everything's hanging. So the moment of truth here, about to put these new ones in. There we go. Look how big these springs are. New strut is in, not installed yet. We still have to do this little tie rod. We have to get the factory one off here. I don't know the actual name for this. I'm assuming tie rod. But yeah, this strut's in. I'm digging the orange yellowish paint hue here with the blue. Looks pretty cool. All right, guys, they're in. The front ones, at least, the struts are in. I got all these that underglow I did just for that dumb little video segment, ripped all that out. I got to take this back it all out and clean it up. But yeah, whenever you do work on a car like this, especially on your own, it motivates you to keep working on it. I'm sure people out there can agree with that. It just sucks that I don't have a garage. It's so nice being in my father's garage, where we have access to everything that we would need. Some scenic views here of the Camaro all covered up. But Snap-on toolbox fully loaded here. Anything you could possibly want, and he is a stickler for organization. He's had these tools for probably 30 to 40 years. But everything on the front here is pretty much put together, just don't have the brake lines strapped in. Some of the old hardware here we reused, but this is pretty cool here, this orange aesthetic. I saw in videos like this may rust a little bit, but you know what? Even though I'm sure this company's sick of the YouTubers that they give these to saying this, but it seems like, it's like, okay, this is a cheap brand. I hate saying that, but it is compared to other coilovers. And everything I've seen so far on YouTube about this brand is A+. Everything's great. Good customer service, even though they're overseas. So we'll see here. They're not paying me to say any of this. Like, it's free. I didn't sign anything. I could trash them if I wanted to, but you know what? So far, I'm impressed. So I have all their stuff down in the description here, and I'll give you a better review here later in the video of the actual drive, stance, and how it all looks. Next up, the shocks in the rear. Oh yeah, nice and easy. Springs are out. Bam. Front end's looking good. We disconnected the shocks back here, got those pulled out. They were actually aftermarket, as far as I know. So they changed these up and nothing else. So, I mean, they're still good. But yeah, we're gonna throw these new ones on. And then on the rear end here, disconnected up top, Right there, you can see where the hole is. I wanted to know what the point of like this little weld was right here. It's just a little sheet metal plate with 2 little tack welds on it to hold on each side. I don't know if it's factory or what, but that was a little weird. So we're at this point now. Got the car jacked up on the jack stands here. Have the rear axle jacked up on the pumpkin, and we disconnected the sway bar here, disconnected the control arm up here, and removed the springs. So should be nothing but installation from here out. The inaugural drive in the car. I want you guys to listen for something. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it on camera, which is something I was sort of expecting, especially with the tighter suspension. The car's lowered. I've seen this in a couple other lowered cars, just something that happens. And then, I mean, it's just something that happens in a car. It's not a big deal. It's not that big of a nuisance. People, they'll get a car like this, do modifications, and then be upset whenever it's stiffer, or when I go over a bump you kind of hear a bang, just because, not that the car is bottoming out, but it's just that everything's more stiff. You're driving not a race car by any means, but you're in a vehicle that is now geared for more of a race attitude than to be daily driven to work, and that's what the position that this is in now that it's lowered. Stiffer suspension. The factory springs on it, I don't know if I did a comparison, were about this big. These are about this big, and then have makeup on a ton more, and then the shocks are longer, or shorter actually, to pull the axle up to compensate for these really short springs. So we're going over some pretty heavy bridge joists right now, and I don't know if you can hear that right there. It seems to be the left front of the vehicle. The right front doesn't though too. Rear, nothing, but definitely a bit of a smack. Something is hitting there. I'm assuming it's just because it's tighter suspension, or they're cheap. God only knows. It looks a lot better. It'll look a lot better in the driveway. Like, I'm going over some big bumps here on the South Bridge here in Harrisburg, and no banging. Those are just the bridge joists that I go over. You'd hear it any other time. A little more bouncy. It is bouncy in here. But, you know, this is more, like I just said, it's meant for a track. It's not meant to go over these big bumps. So, I like how it looks. I'll have to show you guys, once we get home, how this is meant, or these are up as high as they will go. In the front, I think we have a little bit of play. I can move them up a little bit, but in the rear, it's as high as they will absolutely. I mean, they're maxed out. So I'm not gonna lie to you. If I lowered this like the whole way, holy smokes, I'm pretty sure the wheel would rub, and I only have 19s on. So I couldn't imagine if I had like a GT500, like 21 or 20-inch wheel and tire, or tire rather. So I can't imagine how this thing could be slammed. It'd be almost touching the ground. So it's cool that they have that option, but the maxed out, it's factory. That's as high as it'll go. So, or a little less than factory actually. My father helped me a little bit. Thank you so much to him. He's a master mechanic and always helps out whenever we do this type of stuff. Just because I'm not skilled to take on something like this just by watching a YouTube video. I know how to turn a wrench, but I don't really know exactly, like, hey, if I run into an issue, it's a lot better for the process to be 3 hours as opposed to 3 days where I'm just like can't figure out what's going on. Mustang sounds good though. Love this car. I always have. It just got a little boring here and there after driving the C8s. So we'll see what the future is in this vehicle. But I'll give you guys a complete walk around. You can give your opinion on how I think it looks. So you guys saw doing a little drive-by here. Here it is stationary. In the front, definitely took off at least 2 inches. So 2 fingers in here. That's all it fits. And that's... Oh boy, I set myself up for these. And then on the back, 3 fingers. Definitely need bigger wheels and tires just to fill that in. Like I said, before we had 7-inch clearance on the bottom. Now 4.5, 5 inches at most here on the bottom of the car. Looks way better. The only thing I don't like is it's sort of like leveled it out. I kind of like it on vehicles where the back is just a little bit higher than the front. This one's pretty even plane the entire way through. But I think once we get bigger tires, maybe rock a 21 in the front, 21 in the back, and then 20 in the front. I think that'll look great. Then get some big wide ones that'll look awesome. But big difference. Love how the car's turning out, and I'm glad that I did this. You guys were all telling me, hey, go lower the car, and I was kind of unsure about it. Now I'm glad I did. I think it looks really good. We're still on standby for the steering wheel. That has to still happen. But after that, maybe engine mods. You know what, for sure, we got to do engine mods in this thing. I mean, we're at this point now. Let's make this thing competitive because it looks so good already. So I'm sure throughout the video you saw me wearing this t-shirt. This is the official RFRacing logo and shirt that's dropping on InChain Designs. I don't believe it's up yet, but when it does, I'll be sure to let you guys know for the next giveaway. Love this theme. This is one that I've had ever since the channel first started, where it was the backwards R and then the F sort of blended in, and then Shane's guys cleaned it up a little bit here and came up with this awesome idea so that the F was the different color, and then we can change that throughout different giveaways. So I think what we're going to rock for the most part on the channel, like what its main theme is OD green, which looks amazing. But super limited run of these that are going to be going out for the Lambo, which is over, but it's cool because it's like the limited edition ones. Then we'll change the schemes along the way. A couple other different logos that we wanted to go with, so maybe we'll mix and match here. But this is the main one. Make sure you pick it up. Would love to see you guys at the car events wearing this. It would mean a lot. But yeah, I'm digging it. Thank you, InChain Designs. Thank you, Street Speed, for pushing this through. God, this video has been a nightmare to get out. I've been gone for like 3 weeks on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for 30,000 subscribers. It means so much. What a huge milestone. This channel, even though I haven't been that committed, you guys have been. It's been insane. Also on Instagram, if you haven't followed me yet, RFRacing717 on Instagram. Make sure you check it out. Got some cool pictures there, especially the event this past Sunday if you weren't there for Cars, Cops, and Coffee. Big shout out to MAXPEEDINGRODS. Go check them out. Found a decision on them. They look good. They're extremely well priced, but you're going to notice the quality difference between that and a $1,500 or $1,000 set of coilovers. So make your own decision. If you're on a budget, they're perfect for you. Especially if you're going to high school and you just want your forward focus to look a little bit cooler because it's lowered. Great product to use. So shout out to them for hooking me up. Also, Detour sunglasses. Make sure you go hit them up. And that's it. Say slammed in the comments. I think I put this on like a little post-it earlier. But 800 likes on this video, I will drop the keys on these things as low as they will go till this thing is dragging sparks across the road. So 800 likes, we'll slam the crap out of this thing. It'll take me like 5 minutes to make the adjustments on it, and we'll see what this thing looks like. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.